Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Steam Prison, and we are finishing Adage's endings. So, we got 3 of his bad endings, out of the 5, and we're going to get the other 2 today. So, we're going to finish up going through his endings before we kind of get the quote-unquote Finn ending. They categorize it as other, but, we know if Finn had a route, it probably would have been categorized as a Finn ending, just like how the last ending we got in the last part was technically categorized as an Inez ending. But anyway, and still having allergy issues, so sorry. But so we are starting at save 2, and we're picking all the neutral options. So that's this one, and we can skip because we already chose the neutral option for this. And so we'll be skipping quite a bit in the first part, but we probably could have fit this in on the end of the last part, but we really only had 8 minutes. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe it'll only take a few minutes to read through the endings, but we know how that I ramble when we're reading through things, and I'm like, I did a lot of that in the last part. So, but we'll see. Oh, sorry, I have to yawn. Oh, we're a mess. Sneezing, yawning, runny nose. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna die. Can't do the voices. Oh, sweet little baby Adage. I will be able to do the talk about having met Finn in this part, because I'm curious about that one, but I do them technically in order, of the saves, 1, 2, 3, because it's just easier to remember what we've done. You know what I mean? Oh, whoops, I almost clicked the wrong thing. Whereas, okay, so we do, are you sure? That's the meeting one. Are you sure? Adage pinched my cheek. What are you doing? I've told you before that you shouldn't ask that. Oh. I did, right? I remember it, so I did. I'm sorry. Adage sighed and let go of my cheek. Just take it. Here. Okay, thank you, Adage. Adage nodded encouragingly, and I put the gun into one of my pockets. Okay. This ending is flickering, vanishing. Interesting. Glissade is odd. Glissade is in the wrong here. The way he's treating his own son, that's just unacceptable. I'm not surprised. He's always been like that. He never put any faith in me. I'm recessive. Recessive? Yes. Displaying traits not visible in the parents. As someone who shouldn't have manifested. I'm in the way for my father. But you're father and son, right? Plenty of parents don't want a child. I saw them when I was working in the Heights. They're getting abortions even if the temple doesn't know about it. Could you imagine? Oh, then you're definitely going. So, that the temple's like, oh, you have to have a kid now. It's your turn to have a kid. Oh, okay. Getting abortion. So, I must not be able to have kids. Whoops. Oh my God. Wow. Abortions? We kill the child before birth. Certain drugs can lead to a miscarriage, or they might devise some way to pull it out. Oh God. Okay, can we not be this graphic? Holy shit. And then the child dies without ever seeing their parents. It's cruel. Hey. Look. When done safely, it's not your right to judge anyone, okay? People need to do what they need to do for themselves. But if you didn't live in a fucked up society like the Heights, where people could safely do things, or fucking get birth control, and not be forced to have babies they didn't want, then we wouldn't have this problem. But accidents would still happen, and if a person chooses that, that's their choice. Adage. Jesus. Would you rather them abort that child before it was ever even born, when it's just a mass of cells and it can't live outside of the womb? Or have a child and abandon them and call them recessive? I'm just saying, do you want more children like you out there, Adage? Because I don't think you do. Don't fucking judge people. There you go. I'm off my soapbox now. Sorry. Seeing my father wasn't a recent event. I found him soon after arriving here. Okay. I think Adage just is angry about it because he's like, people don't want their kids, and he was an unwanted kid, and You know what I mean? But you would think he would be more understanding and being like, yeah, well, it's better that you abort a child that you don't want than fucking make that child suffer. You know what I mean? Or, oh, we had a baby that's got birth defects or something, and now we just ship them off to the fucking recycling factory. I mean, the Heights is a fucked up place, okay? Like, holy shit. It's fucked up. Oh. You're lying. You're lying. You wouldn't do that, Adage. What evidence is that view based on? Didn't you listen to my father? I'm recessive. I'm an inferior existence without value. Someone who should never have been born. That's me. Adage. I didn't think it would turn into this when I hired you. Sorry. So we didn't really get an alternate good ending. You know what I mean? Like, all of these seem to be, well, I don't know, maybe this one's going to turn out that way, but all of them seem to be bad. Like, Goodnight Assistant, we died. Recessive, he died and had his eyes ripped out. The Roselight ending, he sacrificed himself. But that was technically an Inez ending. And I can't remember in Ulrich's if we had, like, another kind of decent ending, or if they were all just bad. But, like, Elcreed's, we had a decent ending. Like, we were with him, we were still protecting him, but we were kind of in love with him. But, oh, we ended up out. Oh, wait. Interesting. You know what I mean? And then it was like, oh, and then you're working with the Heights to try to, like, fix things, and, like, yeah, it wasn't our super romantic ending, but you could be like, okay, well, they were still kind of in love with each other, but now they're helping everybody, and they're gonna kind of, you know? It was the best for everyone kind of ending versus the most romantic. But anyway. All right. It all happened in an instant. A man appeared and slashed across Adage's back. Adage! Shit! He's still alive! No! I slammed the knife out of the man's hand. It fell to the ground. What? I put my foot on the man's hand before he could recover his knife. What are you doing? It's what he did. What he did. My daughter. Oh. The little girl that he, like, fucked up. What he did? Adage, what's going on? We made a mistake. I gave her the wrong medicine. Right. I had to keep checking on her, making sure she'd recover. But I was with Glissade. The man crawled over toward Adage. Adage was panting. The man grabbed Adage's clothes and shook him, spraying him with saliva. My daughter! I loved her more than myself! And I don't care what happens to me! Bring her back! Give me back my child! Oh, this also has to hurt for Adage. Somebody loved their kid that much. I can't. Why? She's dead, and I can't. There's nothing I can do. But no! You said you could treat her! I trusted you! What did my daughter do to deserve this? Nothing. Shit! What's the ruckus all about? The hounds. You're the doctor's assistant. Who gave you that wound? It's nothing. That man looks suspicious. He must have done it. No, he... Blood sailed through the air and splattered the ground. What's going on? More and more who didn't deserve to die were losing their lives. We were chained to our fate with no escape, but that poor man probably is happier because now he's not miserable without his daughter. I'm just saying. Like, let's look on the bright side of that. I mean, the brightest side of that we could possibly look at. That's terrible, but... Stand up! We're going back to headquarters. Have you looked at... No. I don't want to go back to him. Woman! You're coming with us as a witness. What? Let me go! Don't touch her. Spacey! Adage! Oh, now we're back. The man from the hounds dragged us back to their facility. I guess we didn't... We were marched straight into the medical room. Oh, welcome back. It's been so long. Well, I suppose it happened. No, it hasn't. Why would you hurt Priscilla? Okay, so I'm gonna guess he lit Priscilla on fire, but Glissade didn't throw himself into the fire in this case, because there's a burned table, and I was like, so they didn't know we killed... Okay, he didn't kill him yet. Okay. Doctor, your clothes are dirty. What happened?
Don't worry about it. Put the girl on the medical table and the man on the chair over there.
On the chair? Your assistant is wounded.
Do it. Do you want to die?
Roger. The man put me down on the medical table. If I resist now, they might do something to Adage. Oh, this doesn't seem like it's going to be a good ending. I couldn't do anything except let the situation unfold. Can I wait for a chance for it to escape? I've thought about possible ways to escape, but I was still too confused. While I was distracted, clasps were fastened around my arms.
Thank you. You may go.
Roger. It smells burnt. Sorry, I sneezed. I couldn't see Priscilla. She wasn't anywhere near us.
We're rebuilding Priscilla.
Sorry.
The heart and some of the organs are undamaged. I moved them back into storage. I collected so many parts, and now we'll have to start again.
Start again? Are you going to kill so many people again?
Yes. Thankfully, there's an endless supply of parts. The Sanctuary District is such a wonderful area.
You monster!
Whatever you wish to call me. Who in this world is pure and noble? And nobody is free of sin. I've saved a lot of lives in my life. I believe my ledger is still in the black.
Glissade, Adage is wounded. Can you treat him?
Of course. But I have to take your blood first. I can replace him, but I can't replace you.
I'm very glad that you've come back. He smiled and put a needle into my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. This needle is quite large. I need all your blood. Every last drop of it. You'll sleep soon, and eventually you'll die peacefully.
It's a blessing, really. Blessing? Bullshit. Stop talking about life like that. Are you a doctor? Stop it, Father. Please.
I told you that only Priscilla may call me Father. You said you wanted to save me. What a ridiculous idea for someone as recessive as you. Die now. You were never wanted in this world to begin with.
That is just... But again, would you rather your father say that to you or just never have existed? I'm just saying. Like, some fucked up shit. Adage. I wanted to tell him to stop, but I couldn't speak. Body was growing cold. I was beginning to tremble. And I'm getting sleepy. I could hear my blood when I closed my eyes. The liquid of life inside me slowly left my body.
Oh, Priscilla, I'm waiting for you. I'll bring about your awakening.
And we died. Okay, so there were like... Only in Elcreeds, I feel like, because again, I can't remember Ulrich's, but only in Elcreeds did we get an ending that wasn't a bad ending. You know? I just feel like all the bad endings are going to get, like, worse as we go. You know what I mean? But, like... I don't know. Like, everyone has their good ending, and then there's a bunch of bad. But, like, again, Elcreed had that one where you're like, well, this isn't bad. It's not super romantic, but, like, they didn't say, like, oh, well, we can't be together, and we're just, you know, it's like... I don't know. Anyway. So now we're going to do our third... Don't talk about having met Finn. Don't talk about having met Finn. I'm still confused. I don't think I can explain it well. Seeing him there in the alley had been so shocking, I didn't know how to talk about it. No, don't worry about me. Let's go to the dinner. But I'm fine. I'll talk to you about it after the dinner. Let's go, Adage. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, interesting. What are we supposed to choose? I guess I'll just choose the neutral options. Oh, if we leave now, we'll lose this chance. I guess that one didn't matter. I mean, I don't know. We could still turn around. I guess it didn't matter because, you know what I mean? Adage, he was walking away when I called out to him. Yeah? I want you to go and talk to Glissade. Talk to him? Yes, go and talk to him. Tell him you're his son. Once we walk away from here, we lose this chance. Perhaps forever. I can't accept that. Okay, this is different. Well, it doesn't really matter whether you accept this or not, because this is my... Yeah, it's your personal problem. That's why you'll go alone. I'll wait for you here. Oh, God, okay. You go talk to him, I'll wait here. He's gonna go talk, and Finn's gonna come and kidnap our asses. Uh-huh. Or kill Adage and kidnap our asses. Look, just... nothing is worse than when Finn killed fucking Elkreed, okay? Go and talk to him. Explain everything to him. You two might be estranged, but you're still a father and a son. You can talk it out. I hope so. Adage sighed, mumbling in acceptance. This will be my last attempt. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to give up on him. All right? All right. If that's your decision. And see, this could have worked out so well, right? Go talk to him. So he goes in and tries to talk to him, and Glissade's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about you. Okay, I'm going to give up on him. And then we would never come back here. It would never happen. And maybe we wouldn't have had that argument with Adage where then we run off and then we meet, like, you know what I mean? Like, we would have given up on Glissade too. And, like, we could have lived out. We would have known and something would have happened where he was coming after us, but we could have just, like, gone on our merry way and, like, had a decent ending without having to be locked in prison and think our boyfriend was a dick. Like, you know what I mean? But, you know, we could have gotten a good ending differently, but now we're going to die because it's a Finn thing. But anyway, it could have been so different. Okay, see you later. Adage turned and walked back in my direction. On his way past me, he put his hand on my shoulder. Then he walked back towards their headquarters. Eventually, he was gone. Adage. I looked at the building, praying everything would work out. What's taking Adage so long? There was no clock to check, so I didn't know how much time had passed. But I guessed it must have been at least an hour. If their conversation is going really well, then this is good, but oh god! Unless he got trapped like Glissade and Glissade's pulling his eyes out. The building was intimidating, and I worried that something had happened, or that's exactly it. Glissade, well, if I keep you and I take your eyes, then she'll come back. I heard something behind me that gave me pause, but Glissade isn't in a rush, you know what I mean? This isn't good. Metal on metal, a sword belt. A man from the hounds was coming, Finn. I moved out of the way so I wouldn't block his path. Our eyes met. Oh! Finn had been the source of the sounds. He was carrying something round. His crimson uniform was splattered with blood. Spacey. His eyes were dark and lifeless. His voice was even and without emphasis. Nothing like the Finn I knew. Oh, he did some more murders. It dawned on me that he was no longer the Finn I'd known. He'd become something else. I'm sorry about what happened. I didn't want you to see it. He began to approach me. I think the sweet voice we kind of gave him just kind of makes it worse with how psycho he is, which I love, by the way. I'm sure when we hear the voice actor, we'll be like, oh, no, his voice is... I mean, obviously their voices are way better than what I do. Come on. But, like, you're going to be like, oh, no, I'd kind of almost believe anything coming out of your mouth. If he's got a sexy voice. You know what I mean? Like, the psycho characters are their sexy voice. You're like, he's a psycho! And then you listen to the voice acting and you're like, I can absolutely understand why we'd forgive him. Okay. I'm down with it. Like, that was the problem. We didn't listen to the voice acting in Amnesia Memories, so... we didn't know just how good it is. Anyway. As he came nearer, I could make out more details. The thing in his hands was a human head. I can't accept it. Finn. Stay away! But if he approaches me, I'll have to accept that it's really Finn. It's not Finn, I told myself. It's just a monster killing humans. Oh dear. Spacey! Wait! Spacey! we ran away and we left Adage, and that was our mistake. I ran away from the headquarters as fast as I could, away from the main road and into the back alleys. I turned randomly at the intersections, but I could still hear his footsteps behind me. The sound of footsteps and heavy breathing echoed off the walls. I couldn't tell who was breathing so loudly. Probably both of us. The hound from the hounds pursued me relentlessly. Where do I have to run to shake him off? To Adage's house? No, I told him about that. Ah! I tripped over something and fell. Damn it! I cursed myself for not looking at the ground and stood up, pushing myself up. My hand touched something soft, and shivers went down my spine. I tripped over this. It was the leg of the body Finn dismembered earlier. Finally, I've caught up. I told you to wait. Why are you running away, Spacey? He approached me unsteadily, swaying like a candle flame. The hound was coming. I wanted to see you for so long. I'm not lying. I was always thinking about you. That's why I'm still here. Why I'm alive. I had to kill for it. Finn smiled awkwardly and reached for his waist. He's going to kill me. Right. I remembered the gun and pulled it out. Quick, quick! I released the safety and pulled the trigger. Ugh! We killed. I did it, right? Finn was pressing a hand to his chest and went down on the ground. Blood ran through his gloved fingers and dropped onto the ground. I did it. I dropped the gun, weak with relief at having evaded danger. I decided I had to run away and tried to get up. Finn removed his hand from his chest. Well, Finn reached for his waist again. I thought he was trying to draw his sword, but he was too weak to attack me. Oh, God. The title of this ending, you'll get it as soon as property returned. I was like trying to figure out like what, because we returned the head to its body. He reaches for his way. Oh, God, he's going to give us our necklace back. Checking my routes of escape, I watched him. Here, for you. That's the Testella pendant. Finn nodded a few times. His face was contorted with pain. I wanted to give this to you, and so I ran after you. I'm pretty sure you probably would have killed me. We're supposed to feel bad for you, but I don't. They're trying to evoke that, oh, I feel bad that we shot him. No, he probably would have murdered us. Why are you trying to make me feel bad? Why is it sort of working? But no, I thought you were trying to kill me. Never. I would never harm you. That's a load of bullshit. Finn coughed up a large amount of blood. In Elcreed's route, you killed Elcreed, which was harming me, and you fucking basically raped me, Finn. Jesus Christ. Finn! I feel like he killed me in one route, too. Finn, hang in there! I ran over to him and embraced him. Oh, it's you. You're so close. Finally. I'm sorry. I made a stupid decision. Having no fear of me when I look like this would be strange. Oh, look at the blood on me. I stink of death. I can't wash it off. It won't go away. I have to stop the bleeding. Wait. Don't go. Please. Finn gripped me by the clothes, fearing I would leave. I've always wanted to tell you something. Finn? Hey, Finn! What's wrong? Talk to me, Finn! Finish what you were saying! Finn! What were you going to say, Finn? This way! We heard a gunshot. Did you kill a man from the hounds? Yes, I did. I killed him. I killed Finn. Shh! Harming the hounds is a grave crime. You'll be executed immediately. Die and apologize to him in the afterlife. I felt an impact on my back, and then pain. I heard my own flesh being ripped and my bones smashed apart. Pain filled my entire body. I think it's really sad that he didn't get to tell you, because you were like, oh, he's going to tell us that's going to be yours. Dead. Oh, Oh, you're making me feel bad for Finn, you son of a bitch game. Jesus. I vomited blood and it splattered on Finn's face. Droplets ran down his cheeks and forehead. I'm sorry, Finn. I had killed him in a moment of folly. Now what he had wanted to say was forever lost. Wait for me, Finn. I'll be there soon. Tell me what you wanted to say. It's like it's almost a romantic death ending for with Finn, and that's so fucking weird. Like, well, that's all of our endings. In a way, that ending for Finn, I just want to make sure I'm just double check. Oh, right. We don't get one from him because it's technically in Inez's route. Yeah. Well, we've gotten all of our other... Yeah, so we'll get his other one when we do Inez's route. Okay. So... Okay, I was like, we didn't get his last CG. We didn't get his last CG because that comes with Inez's route. Like, we got this one for him. You know. Inez has a lot of... Oh, they all have the same... I don't know why it just seemed like he had so much less, but... What was the one we ended on in the last part? I think we ended on just the one of him alone, but, like... That one's kind of cute, too. We gotta just find one that would, like... This was our happy ending one, but I think he actually looks... Oh, we got a kissy CG. We can end up... No, that one looks a little awkward. We want to see his beautiful face. Actually, that one's cute, even though her eyes are goofy as fuck. I hate the dinging bell. We'll just go with this. Because he looks so happy. So yeah, those were all of our endings. It is weird that only Elcreed had like a other kind of alternate decent ending. And maybe it's supposed to be seen as a bad ending, but I didn't see it as a bad ending. I mean, we survived. He was talking to Yune. They were going to like kind of try to bring the heights and the depths back together. And I was like, oh, okay. Like try to resolve some differences. And I was like, that sounds like a great thing. Like it's everyone's happy ending. It just wasn't a romantic ending. Like, also, I think it's really weird that in this, the Finn kind of ending is like almost a romantic-y Finn ending. Like, no, Finn, I killed you for no reason. He was going to tell me a lot. And like, oh no. Like, when in Elcreed's route, all of the Finn kind of geared endings, not just, well, we had one, but I thought there was other ones that kind of ended, but you didn't. I mean, there were moments where you felt bad for Finn, like, well, I'm going to kill you, because that's what you wanted, and you're like, oh, that's kind of rough. But, like, the Finn kind of endings were like, he's a psychopath, and he basically murdered Elcreed, insinuated he murdered Rylith and Merlot, and now he's basically going to fucking rape us for eternity. Like, I mean, I don't know. They just paint Finn as like a psychopath that you don't want to be. And then in this one, you're like, oh no, Finn was a good guy who's trying to return our necklace even though he's a psychopath and we're supposed to feel bad about it. And it's like, and a part of me low-key does like, oh, I feel kind of bad then. But wait, no, I shouldn't feel bad about this. So I don't know how to feel about it. But I feel like the impact on Finn and his endings would have, like I said, it would have just been better if they had included his route. I don't understand why they took it out. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure why it wasn't translated. Like, was the PC version of the Japanese game, like the Japanese version of the PC version, not have Finn's route? Because I know the Vita version has Finn's route. But like, and the translation port is only on the PC. Like, so like, I think. So it's like, well, was there a Japanese version for the PC that didn't have Finn? Because that just seems, I don't know. But it also seems annoying that then there's certain things, because I think somebody mentioned that Manga Gamer, who's, I think they did the translation for this, right? They don't do any other ports but like PC stuff. So like, okay, well, we're only going to translate the PC version of the game, so that's why we didn't do Finn's route, because he wasn't it. But why would you port a game and then not have all the like, that just drives me crazy when they do shit like that. Like, oh, well, this version of the game doesn't have the... I mean, I kind of get it. Well, if we do a PC version and we have these 3 routes, and then the Vita version has an extra route, and then the Switch version has this other route, then you kind of have to buy them all because, well, we get 3 routes in this, but then you only get these 3 routes, but they're not the same routes, and like, so you gotta buy 16 versions of the game to get all the fucking routes. Like, that's obnoxious. Fuck you. You're almost as bad as fucking mobile games, okay? Like, most games don't do that, but it almost feels like that. Like, well, I mean, but then you don't translate both of them. So that kind of sucks for the people who can't read fucking Japanese. Well, I mean, it sucks for us anyway because there's so many amazing games that are only in Japanese. This is why we were trying. I've just been really bad at doing it lately, and it's going to take me 30 years, so, like, whatever. But it's just disappointing. And, like, I know that they're, like, people have, like, translated the game, but I'm just like, that's going to be too hard to do the way I record things. You know what I mean? Like, plus, there are patches that people have done, like fan patches, where you can, like, basically, like, jailbreak your fucking Vita. But I don't have I do have a Vita, actually, but I use my Vita TV, and you can't do the same thing, so I can't even do that. I would literally have to have the script up, and then I'm trying to read it while I'm looking at the screen and trying to make sure I'm on the right like, we gotta fuck up, and that'd be, like, too difficult. So we're just screwed for all the fun games. Plus, we get screwed of a lot of games because you're like, oh my god, that looks like it'd be a great game. Oh, it's a mobile game. Well, fuck my life. Like, I would pay for a mobile game. I would pay it. But they're always got the gotcha elements, and you're like, so $3,000 later, I finally did this. Okay, wow. Spacey can't afford that shit, so. Anyway, that was just, we went off on a tangent, but I don't understand. I just don't understand why they just decided not to. I understand if it's the localization company didn't localize it because Finn isn't in the PC version, and they're not touching the Vita version, but why is Finn not in the PC version? Like, fucking why? Why did they just decide to do that, aside from, well, we'll get more money, because then people have to buy 2 versions of the game to get the full thing, type, sorta. Well, okay, yeah, but kind of sucks for the people who want to, in English, and we can't read, I don't know. But look, it's too late now, because even if all of us, I mean, if down the road they patched and all of a sudden we had a Finn route, we would do it, you know, just kind of for the completionist's sake, but like, it's kind of ruined not having his route to begin with, because I feel like he should have been the first route where you do it and you're like, oh, Finn, okay, that's great. And then you do this and you're like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Because, like, I sure as hell couldn't do this and then do Finn's route. Like, you'd be like, why am I doing this? This sucks. Like, because that ruins the surprise of him being a psychopath, you know? But anyway, it is what it is. And I'm just going to forever lament that, like, I don't want to route with Finn just because of, like, I know what he's doing. But I wish we did have it because it would have been interesting to see, oh, he's so sweet and nice and caring and loving when he gets what he wants. And then you see this after the fact. Like, we just have to use our imaginations. But anyway, that's that. That's Adage's route. So we will start doing Inez's route in the next part. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.